This is Ben Strother, one of your financial planners here at Vincent Financial Group. Talk a little bit with you guys about today's Social Security. Social Security is an interesting topic that also often gets brought up in our client meetings. And so I thought I'd stop and discuss some of the common questions clients have based on their ages. A lot of times we get younger clients in maybe even in their 20s, and they haven't even really looked much at their paycheck stub. Maybe we ask them to bring that in to look at it for a minute, and they go, "So what's FICA?" Right? And so we're always quick to tell them, "Yeah, that is another aspect of payroll deduction." That will lower your net pay from your gross pay, right? And so, what is FICA? Federal Insurance Contribution Act, right? 15.3% of employment wages going to Social Security and Medicare. Typically, employer pays half, and then you pay the other half, unless you're self-employed. But 6.2% of that from your paycheck is going towards Social Security. Welcome to the real world, you tell the 20 somethings. And then when they turn 30, we call that the time of maybe procrastination for some, hopefully not for all. A lot of 30-year-olds and people at that age and stage in life maybe don't think too much about retirement planning because they know behind the scenes they've got Social Security working. They've seen it come out of their paycheck since we've described that a decade earlier. And so they think, well, if that's the case, maybe we're good here, they can check that box, and that is surely not the case. And we always have to explain to clients that if you read on your Social Security statement, you'll see that is meant to replace just 40% of your income during your working years. And so because of that, we have to come up with retirement planning where you're saving into a retirement plan through your workplace, maybe a pension, but most likely it's probably going to be a defined contribution plan where you are saving, and to lean on Social Security will not end well if for retirement planning if you do that through your whole life. The age in decline in the 40s, we often would tell them maybe this would be the risk management time. They've got young children, they're thinking about life insurance need. We discuss that with them and are able to tell them a little bit about some additional benefits that Social Security does provide, right? If a client were to predecease their family and leave a living spouse, Social Security will pay a benefit to them if they have children in the home, as well as the children receiving benefits. And so most people don't know that, and it is a good safety net, so to speak. Moving beyond that to our 50s, I'd say that's maybe crunch time for retirement planning. Most people are starting to think more about that next season of life and what retirement would look like when, and what shape it would look. And a lot of times people come to us for plans in their 50s. And the plan should give us description and understanding of how we should take our Social Security and maybe when we should take it, based on a variety of factors, right? And so in your 60s, when you're actually there, right, we call that decision time, you can choose between taking it as early as 62, or delaying it all the way to 70. And the math of that is pretty simple. Age 67 currently is full retirement age for anybody born after 1960 and after. They would receive 70% of their pay if they were to start earlier, 124% of their pay if they were to start at age 70. And of course, that also always leads to the question, well, when's the best age for me? And we're always quick to say it really depends upon your plan, right? This is very specific to you and your situation. We oftentimes hear people say, well, my sibling said this, or my coworker said that, or a friend said I should take it early, or I should delay. And it's really truly dependent upon a lot of factors that are very unique to a lot of clients, right? So the easy ones to understand are your earnings history, your age, when you would want to start, and when you're expecting to retire. But there are also other ones, right? There's interplay of benefits based on spouses and their earnings history and their ages as well. And so we always tell clients we really need to kind of see in a plan, to figure out a lot of those quantitative things, but also discover a little bit more about them to understand the qualitative aspects of it, right? The feelings behind taking it earlier, taking it later, based on longevity and other aspects of things. So if our 60s is decision time, 70s, I would say maybe is worry time. Clients come and they say, well, what if my Social Security benefit goes away? What if, I read an article online about this, challenge that it's not funded well enough. And we usually have to remind them, right? While Social Security has changed in how it has come to people, full retirement age might get pushed back, or they might choose to increase the funding rate, right? We don't see it going away, right? This is a foundation for planning, and we need to make sure to utilize the fact that Social Security most likely will, at least in some way, shape, or form, be here for a very, very long time. And I'd say in our 80s and 90s, I call that the COLA time because the cost of living adjustment, inflation adjustment that Social Security can give you is kind of a stealthy little sneaky variable to consider, right? And so if you choose to wait until full retirement age or later to start Social Security, the cost of living adjustment is going to be higher on that throughout your life, which kind of is a mitigator to inflation risk or longevity risk in plans. But in the end, right, this is something that is highly individualized and something that we like to discuss with our clients, both about the numbers and about their feelings on as we look to make a decision. Thank you.